Hello and welcome back, YouTube. I don't think I got to the day and the date and the time on the last video, so let me get it now. It's Wednesday, May 17th, 2023, 6:49 a.m. or sorry, 6:49 p.m. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make it to Amazon by 7. Just want to throw that right out there. So I'm not sure how much of the last video got where exactly I got cut off, but I did state in the last video that I just got my SD card that I inadvertently bought thinking it was a micro SD card, that I got it replaced with a micro SD card. And I bought a 128 gig and I actually got a 256 gig. There was a little additional charge, but it really was nominal for getting twice the amount of storage space. So no issues with the additional money that I spent. I'm not broke right now. Now, if I don't get a revenue stream happening in the near future. In fact, I got my advance payday from Amazon, and it was larger than I thought it would be. But yeah, I do think my next Amazon paycheck, I'm not going to get anything unless I work some tonight. But yeah, if I'm okay. But I mean, I've often, like it used to be a regular thing on this vlog at the 15th of the month, I would reflect on where I was at financially, and it used to be absolutely terrifying. And one thing I can say, and it's the 17th of the month. I think it's the 17th. I know I just said the date. Yeah, it's the 17th. So I'm 2 days after the 15th. So pretty much in the middle of the month. And one thing I can say is that I have no financial worries whatsoever getting to the end of the month. So that's, in a time where I've been really freaked out and not well mentally, I can at least get some comfort from that. Now, getting through June, if I don't get some cash flow happening between now and June, is going to be a problem. So I think I got the date and the time out. I know I just said it's the 17th, Wednesday, May 17th, 2023, 6:52 p.m. And yeah, so the last one I ran out, and I think on the last video I stated that the reason that I said I won't get cut off unless, of course, I forgot to change the location where my camera saves its video. And I was hoping, because when I took the old micro SD card out of this and put it, I'm in Obamaphone 3, by the way, and when I took it out of Obamaphone 3 and put it in Obamaphone 4, it was set to record video on the SD card, and it just automatically, like, instead of saying you have no space here, you have no device here, it automatically just defaulted, switched back to the internal storage. Well, just now, instead of being smart enough to realize that there was almost no internal storage left, and 256 gigs of, which is, you talk a phone, I think this phone's only got like 32 gigs internal, so just massive amounts of space free available here. Yeah, the operating system and the camera application, not smart enough to see that, not smart enough to switch itself over, so that's why I got cut off. So we wanted to explain that. So I'm in this lovely green space. You see there's some people actually enjoying it, which I think is awesome. I feel like green space is something, I'm always talking about how, walkability and everything's just car-centric and it's evil and it's awful. And strip malls particularly strip malls get vilified. And I'm loving this green space here. I'm loving that there's people actually using the green space here. This was nice. I mean, I was able to set those rocks in such a way that they're comfortable to sit on. There's no benches, but there's rocks, and maybe that could be considered, hostile architecture, because the rock's not really long enough for a homeless person to sleep on. But you know what? Homeless people really shouldn't be sleeping here. Just saying. It's just the right size to pop a squat and talk to yourself on. So, well, that's a little distressing. That looks very rust damaged. Well, there's electrical lines hanging out. They've got wing nuts on them, but yikes. It almost looks to me like what happened here is that there was lighting here, like street lighting type lighting, here. When I say street lighting, I mean something like that off in the distance. And that the constant watering of it by the sprinklers caused it to rust and disintegrate and fall apart. And the owners of this strip mall, and here's another one, at least this one they've capped off. They put a piece of steel plate on it so there's no exposed wires and stuff. That's a little bit neater. But yeah, they haven't. Yeah, this is a pedestrian walkway. Who gives a shit about pedestrians? Yeah, this one's still here. And this one, as you can see, in a location where it's not getting hit by a sprinkler. I like the light fixture. That's nice. A little underpass, just some drainage there. This is, I was wondering when I saw this little green space here, if this was just a little bit of green space in the thing, or if it was actually a walkway that went somewhere. And because to me, that's a big part of pedestrian infrastructure. Does the walkway go somewhere? And check this out. Little sign warning pedestrians to watch for maintenance vehicles. Now somebody bent the shit out of that sign, but multi-purpose trail. You think that yield would be common sense, but it's not, and people don't follow it anyway. But bicycle yield to horses, and pedestrians yield to horses. Yeah, everybody should yield to horses. And if you've ever been stepped on or kicked by a horse, you understand why. But a lot of people don't get it. And by the way, has anybody seen the Urban Cowboy video where the guy gets pulled over for riding his horse along a it's on YouTube. I should link it. It's such a great video. This guy gets pulled over right nice. This is a nice pedestrian. This is first-class pedestrian infrastructure in my book. I'm loving this. Loving this overpass over the canal. I'm not sure what canal this is because I don't come to South Phoenix very often. But yeah, nice pedestrian overpass. The canal, very walkable trails, dirt trails on the side of the canal. But I'm going to stay on this one, which is nicer. Oh, what we got here? We got some, there's a lot of this. The Western Canal Construction Company built 8 miles of this section of the Western Canal, 7 to deliver water to South Phoenix farmers and ranchers. By pumping water uphill to the Highline Canal, farmers could cultivate many more acres at the base of South Mountain. Yeah, what people call South Phoenix, the bulk of it used to all be agricultural land. By the way, I'm near 24th Street in Baseline right now, just north. So this is what it looks like behind the strip mall, and I'm loving the green space. I'm loving all the trees and the canal, and I already forgot the name of the canal, Western Canal. That's not one. I'm pretty familiar with most of the canals in the valley, and I know I had one of my viewers that was asking me more coverage of canals. I haven't seen any comments from her in a while, or him, whoever it is. I can't use the word they because it's only one person, but yeah. You're getting some canal coverage. I said it'd be there when I was by a canal. I finally am by a canal. I know where most of the canals go and the names of most of the canals, but the Western Canal is not one that I'm particularly familiar with. I definitely know in my head that there's a canal in this area. Like, I tend to remember it. This is one I've never actually walked along. I've never walked along this one before, or like been on foot. I've always just drove around it. And it's just one I'm aware of as a cab driver. When I'm a cab driver and I'm driving, or just driving, I often give the illusion that I know absolutely every single street, and I don't. I know most of them. I think I know more than any single human on the planet. I really believe that. But I don't know all of them. But one of the ways that I kind of give that illusion is that in navigating the valley, I've memorized the obstacles. I've memorized the things the places, the things and that stop you from getting from point A to point B, where I'm not going to try to go down a neighborhood street. I don't need to check a map. I don't need to check a map. I know there's not going to be there's probably not going to be a residential street to get me from point A to point B if I know that there's a canal between point A and point B. So I don't know exactly where that canal goes, and I didn't know it was called the Western Canal, but I knew that there was a canal in that general area. A canal in that general area that fuck, I forgot what I was saying. He was in a canal in the general area of South Phoenix that poses itself as an obstacle. and kind of where the path goes, and it's, you know, that I need to get to a major street to get across the canal, because there's no other canal bridges, although there's a pedestrian one coming out of that shopping center, which I think is wonderful. So I'm on the campus of South Mountain Community College. I knew that South Mountain Community College was here, but I've never walked on this campus before. In fact, I feel like I've driven here before. Like, I feel like I've dropped people off here and picked people up here in the capacity of being a taxi driver. But yeah, this is one of the Maricopa County community colleges, which is a whole system in and of itself. I think I'm still technically a Maricopa County Community College student. I haven't graduated. I haven't taken any classes in quite a while, and I failed the class I was in and just stopped going, which was at Scottsdale Community College. But I think technically I'm still a student and could probably go get a student ID from Maricopa County Community Colleges. And the neat thing about them is that, from what I've seen, is I don't think they force you to commit to a given college. So, like, as a student of Maricopa County Community College, I think you can go to any college, any of them. Although I don't know the details on that. I'm talking stuff I don't fully know. But anyway, South Mountain Community College, start here. This is nice. I've never been here before. Obviously, there's nothing going on here. I'm the only one walking around. I expect security to get upset in the near future. Technology Center. I'm feeling a lot better now. I mean, granted, I should be at Amazon already, but I think, as I stated earlier, my goal when I left the house today was just to, I think at one point I was going to say what all my goals were for the day. One of them was to handle the situation of not having enough space on my phones to record. And is that the most important thing in my life I needed to take care of? I mean, it's easy to objectively say, no, that's stupid. But I can say that my mental health and my mental state, now that I have resolved that problem, is substantially better. Like, my thoughts are not, I'm not as in like panic, flight, or flight mode like I was earlier. I'm not distressed. It's just one less thing that I don't have to worry about that for a while. And I'm glad that I've got that extra large card in Obamaphone 3. I feel like the video quality of Obamaphone 3 is substantially better than Obamaphone 4. All my communications and stuff and everything, I have service on Obamaphone 4. So, if I need to message somebody or look something up or check the transit app or order a Waymo, oh my God, did I have some Waymo issues today. Hopefully I'll remember to talk about that. But so I got 7:02 right now. I'm officially, actually in 3 minutes I will officially be late to work. Although I don't think I will. And now I got that, so I can pop it open and show you all what's going on with that. But, I'm feeling thirsty, but I know I got some cold Mountain Dew in the bag, so I'm good. So, gosh, what was I going to say? So now we've got a stoplight here for South Mountain Community College, 7050 South 24th Street. I'm going to go ahead and hit the beg button, because you got to beg to get across the street here. Somebody sitting at that bus stop, judging from the giant, I really shouldn't judge. But every time I see somebody sitting at a bus stop, I'm like, person waiting for the bus, a homeless person. It's a homeless person waiting for the bus. I don't have any issues with that. I got as much. They're entitled as much as anybody to ride the bus. If anything, they need it more than anybody. But is that person waiting to ride the bus, or is he just taking up space at the bus stop? At any rate, I don't like to vlog when somebody's actually at a bus stop. So I'm going to just kind of keep my space here and I pretty much checked to see what my bus route would be. But what I didn't check was when the bus would be coming. I pretty much determined that there would just be one bus route that I would take, and that's going to be the 70 north. Actually, I think technically it's the 70 westbound, but it goes north here on 24th Street. And Yeah, somebody on an electric scooter. I always love to see that. Anyway, I just knew that this would be the route I'm taking regardless of other options. And 704, delayed, 705. What the hell? Oh, it's going to Glendale Park. Sorry, sometimes I don't forget how to use this. Okay, it's 704, 704, it's 705. Oh, this is telling me the bus is... Okay, so there's a transit center just north of here. I wanted to get some footage of the transit center, but it looks like this bus is actually running late and will be pulling out of the transit center at any moment. Like with it's saying like any second it's going to be pulling out of the transit center. Of course, now it's in that funny loop where it keeps adding a minute to the like it says delayed and the clock is red, the time is red to tell me it's late, and it'll just keep adding a minute because it doesn't know when that driver is going to actually decide to start moving its bus. It doesn't know. At this point, that driver is late pulling out of where the bus route starts, which is at the parking lot just south of here. That driver is late and leaving his spot, and so this app is going to keep adding. It's going to keep adding additional time. It was saying that it was going to arrive at 7:05. It's still saying. That's funny. It still says it's going to arrive at 7:05. Is it focusing? Probably not. Still saying it's going to arrive at 7:05, and now it's 7:06. But at least when I click it, like it shows that the bus is there. It shows a 70 there and a 30 there. That's actually a pretty nice little transit center. The 70, which goes northbound on, oh look, it's Fremont Road to the left and South Mountain Community College to the right. I don't like the way they did the street signs here. Oh, and there's my bus right there. All right, well, I better get off. I better wrap this up because I'm riding on and I need to get my bus card ready. But explain more of what's going on my day right after this. And thanks for coming with on the journey.